you're not concerned about whether it's in the neck or on the arm or in your foot. In your foot, in the forehead. Some people go in the forehead. You don't even, wherever you can find the vein at, that's where you want to shoot it at.
Well, mine here, you can see, is it's an ulcer already. And basically it came from me being like a little nervous while I was shooting it in. I was a little ill. And a cocaine miss usually makes a bad ulcer like that. Heroin miss usually don't make a bad ulcer like that, just makes a hard spot. This here comes from a combination of cocaine and heroin, and they leave terrible ulcers.
Let me see your arm.
Which I have, all over. You can see mine. They're very bad. They're very bad. I have them all the way up my arm, both arms.
Let me see your other arm. And each of these spots are where you put a needle in.
Right.
I sat there and watched these men shoot up with heroin, puncturing their bodies, trying to find a vein that hadn't already been shot out. Under the arms, the groin, even the abdomen. I tell you, I thought they were going to kill themselves.
Man, you sure you want to go in there, man? Suppose
right there. No.
You sure you want to go into that stuff, man?
Too sharp. See through. See what you're doing.
I was missing a little bit down there. It's the first time ever in life went there. As far as sex life, I have no time for sex life. How can I have time for sex life when King Heron, this Heron, got me running too hard?
I have ruined my life, I feel, to a degree. This particular part of my life, I have ruined. Say 13 to 15 years of my life, I have ruined using drugs, and I'm hoping that by me sitting here right now, telling it like it is, will help, will be my contribution, to the black society, because if I had seen something like this, seen the type of destruction, the type of, the way that the body can be deformed by using these drugs, I don't think I ever would have stuck a needle in my arm.
I was so taken by the courage and unselfishness of these young men that I kept in touch with them. Initially, one of the three men, Gary, was found shot to death in a Harlem back alley. The other two told me about it.
It's, rumored that he had did something wrong, had robbed somebody's place, and that they had him killed. That's what it was rumored. Now, that's, as far as, it being any definite thing on that, yeah. I don't know.
Where was his body found? In an alley?
Yeah,
in the alley, 114th, wasn't it?
Yeah, 114th Street.
114 and 15.
Yeah, 114th.
He had 2 bullets in his head.
Then Stephen Johnson, Foots, began to unravel to me his tragic story on that park bench that afternoon. How he was caught up in a revolving door from which he seemed unable to find an exit.
It's really, nowhere for me to go. If I... Yeah, plus, if you had just enough money to get a room or something like that, you wouldn't have to come directly back to the street, But the way things stand, when they let you go, they don't give you they don't refer you to the welfare, won't take you,
You able to bathe? You able to eat?
Well, eating is, I don't know. I don't have any appetite anymore. Since I collapsed my lung, I just haven't had any appetite for any food. I eat, once a day, maybe.
You think you should go back into the hospital?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
When the interview was over, the two men trudged back toward their street of 1,000 agonies while I began formulating plans to help them.
Hi, I'd like to start getting...
Jamel was willing to go. Something within Foots kept him from letting himself be admitted for treatment. Jamel made rapid progress. His abscesses began to heal, and that vacant look of despair began to leave his eyes. We talked about Foots' reluctance to be admitted.
Some of us need a little bit more boosting than others. Sometimes you need someone to give you an extra shove. Sometimes you have to be there at the exact moment to take him in, and when he's feeling like, when he's feeling up, you know, when he's feeling good, you got to catch him at that moment.
I mean, what more does he need? I mean, you know, his limbs are gone, worse than yours almost, if that's possible.
True.
What more motivation would he need?
I would have to really, like, find out, you know, what's holding him back.
Yeah.
Really, because...
Or you think he's afraid of the detox process?
I don't think he's really afraid. I just don't believe he has his mind made up. He don't know what, you know, like it's interferes, you know, what direction will he take? You know, he seems like he'll detox, and then where will he go from there? He feel like, you see, there's no more helping hand. Where's he gonna go from there? He knows his welfare system, the process, which is a revolving door inside, you know, coming from the welfare, going back to drugs, coming back in for the detox, and right back.
Things got progressively worse with Foots as he remained out on the street shooting drugs. He was admitted to Harlem Hospital with a collapsed lung, but was released soon after and returned to the streets. Meanwhile, Jamel left North General Hospital and was admitted to Addicts Rehabilitation Center in Harlem, where he continued to make fabulous progress, building self-confidence and enthusiasm.
Well, you're healing up, huh?
Yes, sir. Feel like a million now. Feel like a million.
You look like $1 million, man.
Thank you. Hanging in there, really hanging in. Falling in love again with life.
Yeah?
At the same time, Stephen Foots Johnson remained out in that maelstrom of drugs. I saw him several times, I spoke to him on the phone, but I could tell that he was simply not ready to begin his fight for escape. This strong young man was dying by the hour. I could see that. I say strong because of his strength of courage. Strong also because of what strength is required to survive out there in that element. But heroin was stronger. And so his agony is finally ended. That interminable broken field running in order to stay alive is no more. At last, there is sleep that will not ever again be disturbed by that excruciating call for another fix. We say goodbye to Stephen, and at the same time we say thank you for the powerful message that you have left us and our children on celluloid. If there's any solace in telling this story, it lies in the fact that Foots, in all his misery, was able to make a most significant contribution by making an essay on drugs possible. Also that he was able to see it on the television screen and experience a sense of real accomplishment. There are many who have lived far longer than Foots in his 29 years and enjoyed far more luxury and ease, yet who cannot claim to have made the kind of contribution to humanity that was made by one Stephen Foots Johnson.
Must end. If our political leaders can't stop it, if federal police, state police, and local police can't stop it, if media campaigns can't stop it, then we must stop it ourselves. If 1 million men can march on Washington, if 1 million women can march on Philadelphia, then why can't 2 million men and women march on drugs and clean up our own communities?
This edition of Like It Is was brought to you by AT&T.